Let's go to see the problems for 3.3. Problem number 1. We have a payment of 200 that is made at the end of every quarter. That means that we have 4 payments per year. The interest rate is 6% for 3 years. So by using the graphing calculator, we see that we have a total of 12 for n. Why 12? Because we have 3 years times 4 payments per year. So as soon as you have a payment, don't forget to multiply the number of years times the number of payments. Then the interest rate is 6%. From now on we don't have a present value, but we have a payment of 200, and then you look for the future value. P slash y will be 4 because you have 4 payments per year, and then compounding quarterly. That means C slash y will be 4. P slash y, C slash y will be the same, payments per year, and compounding periods per year will be the same. So let's go to see how to use the graphing calculator. Applications, Finance, TVM Solver. So in this case you can multiply 3 times 4. The interest rate is 6%. Present value will be 0. Payment is 200. P slash y, C slash y will be 4 quarterly and 4 payments. And then the future value will be the unknown. Alpha, enter, and this is going to be the future value. $2,608.24. And as you can see, I have the same solution here for the future value. Problem number 2. It is the same type of problem. We deposit $13.54 every month. As a result, now the n will be 6 times 12, 72. The interest rate is 5.4. Present value is 0. Payment is $13.54. You look for the future value, and then don't forget P slash y, C slash y will be now 12. We can go back to the graphing calculator. 6 times 12. The interest is 5.4. Present value we keep it 0. Payment is $1,354. Future value is the unknown. We make 12 payments per year, compounded monthly. So the future value after 6 years will be $114,832. And this is the answer here, $114,832.06. Problem number 3. You deposit 130 every month, 5.5 compounded monthly. Now how much is the interest? So what we have to do, we have to calculate first of all the future value for this problem. So let's go to use the graphing calculator. So we have 8 years times 12 payments, 96. Interest rate is 5.5. Payment is 130. Then P slash y will be 12, C slash y will be 12. So the future value will be alpha, enter, will be 15,632. However, we have to do one more step, because you look for the interest earned. So this is the future value. So to calculate the interest, you have to subtract the future value from the future value the number of payments that you made. So you make a total of 96 payments times 130. So it will be the future value minus 96 times 130. So the interest earned will be $3,152.54. Next one. In this case we know the future value, which is 149,000, and you look for the monthly payment. The interest rate is 6.6. So one more time, before we know the payment and you look for the future value, Now you know the future value and you look for the payment. Everything else is exactly the same. So 9 times 12, 9 years times 12 payments. The rate is 6.6. The payment is the unknown, so the future value will be 149,000. So the next part is to calculate the payment. So the payment will be equal to alpha, enter, 1013 and 89 cents. So you have to make a payment of 1013 and 89 cents for 9 years monthly in order to have 149,000 after 9 years. So this is the value of the payment. Next problem, you can afford deposits of 200 and now you look for the number of months. Now you have to be careful with the payment and the future value if both of them are given. If both of them are given, this is the same as the present value and the future value, where in the graphing calculator one was positive and the other was negative. It doesn't matter which one. So now we have the payment, we have the future value, we know the interest rate, you look for the n, so n is going to be the unknown. The interest rate is 8%, present value is 0, payment is negative 200, future value is 15,000. So let's go to use again the graphing calculator. N is the unknown, the interest rate is 8%, the payment is 200, and I will use the payment as a negative. Negative, I use the one in the parentheses, negative 200. Future value is 15,000. And then P slash Y, C slash Y will be equal to 12. So we go to the N, alpha, enter, and this is going to be 61 months. Because don't forget, P slash Y will be 12. So it's going to be 12 payments per year, so 61 in months, not years. So 61 months. Problem number, and this is the answer. Problem number 6. This is very similar to what we did before. We tried to figure out them future value. However, be careful with n, because it says they start this account when he is 2. And how much will be in the account when the child is 18. So you look, n is going to be 16. 16 times 12. So n is going to be 16 times 12 from 2 to 18 years old. So 192. The interest rate is 5%. Present value is 0. Payment is 100. And then you look for the future value. So this is similar to what we did before. Just be careful with the n. So you solve for the future value. The future value will be $29,324.28. And then you can do this one by using the graphing calculator, and you can practice with it. Problem number 7, pretty much the same type of problem. The difference is that now when she is born, so the n is going to be 18, so it's going to be 18 times 12, 216. And then the interest is 4.5, present value is 0, payment is 120, future value is the unknown, so you solve for the future value. The future value now will be 39,824 and 16 cents. Let's go to see the last problem. 7 and 8, again you know how to use the graphing calculator. Let's do the last one. So in order to have 40,000 in an account, how much you have to deposit quarterly? That means now every 3 months, 4 times per year. And again be careful with the n. The n is going to be now 13 because the child is 5 years old, and then he's going to begin college when he's going to be 18. So now we have 13 years times 4 because it's quarterly. So let's go to see this problem. So we have 13 years from 5 to 18 times 4 quarterly. The interest rate is 5.25. present value is 0, you look for the payment and he wants to have when he's 18, 40,000. P slash Y will be 4 now, quarterly, C slash Y will be 4. So the payment that they have to make every 3 months, 4 times per year, will be $541.21. And this is the payment, $541.21.